So when you came in, hopefully you received a raffle ticket. If you need one, please raise your hand and our staff will make sure you get one. So hold it up high and they will find you, so leave it up, please. And I will be calling the last 3 digits, so it's 6047, so ignore those. So it'll be the last 3 of your ticket. If your number is called, you please raise your hand. And Yesenia over here will be coming to you quickly with the microphone. And if you choose not to speak, it's perfectly okay to say pass. And you will have 2 minutes to share your input with the mayor and Commissioner Fritz. And as I said, our staff will be recording your input. Also, just so you're aware, if we're not able to get to you tonight, if your number is not called and you have input, you also received comment cards on your way in. There are also additional cards at the back, and staff can also bring you those. And we'll be collecting those from you if you feel that your issue did not get discussed and you want to make us aware. And I think that will kick off our...
we will transcribe all of the input we get, plus the comment cards. We'll put this up on my website so that you know that we did receive the index cards as well as the comments.
Okay, so the last 3 digits, 438.
Hi, my name is Kate Mira, and I am here today as simply a community member, but I also happen to be the Vice President of IATSE Local 28, as well as founding member of Fuse Theater Ensemble and the Outright Theater Festival. And so, since the question is what is not on this list, I am not seeing how the Affordable Arts Resolution, which was so wonderfully passed, implementation listed on this agenda, nor am I seeing how to prioritize union labor when creating affordable and stable housing. And I am also interested in making sure that trees are planted, because I see lots of them coming down with all of the new building that is happening, and I don't see a lot of trees being replanted. Thank you.
Just to clarify, are any of those things that you think the state should be doing something about?
Maybe. I'm thinking about this in many ways for the first time today.
Great, thank you, that's really helpful.
The next number is 434.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Moore. I live at the Westmoreland Union Manor, which is over in Selwood, and I'm a senior. And I'm really involved in the environment, the clean environment, the clean air initiative that got passed, and was wondering how soon that would be implemented as far as the getting money for it, That's my number one. But I'm also interested for the state. I'm very interested in plastic bag pollution, and I know the state of New York started some kind of initiative about restricting that completely. So that's my other issues.
Yeah, I saw that Salem just passed a plastic bag ordinance yesterday, so maybe that is time to, yes.
Oh, it's the city of Salem.
City of Salem, so now it's Eugene as. So sometimes that's how it happens, that we pass it at the local level and it builds to a state level.
Actually national, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could just quickly point out, the city of Portland is also in the process of looking at the ultimate elimination of straws and plasticware, single-use disposable products. And as Commissioner Fritz just pointed out, often if cities show the leadership, build the coalition, and demonstrate that the world's not coming to an end as a result. And in fact, certain kinds of local legislation can lead to very positive outcomes. That often gives the state the impetus that it needs to pass statewide legislation. And there's lots of good precedent for that. But thank you for your advocacy.
The next number is 476.
Thank you. My name is Arthur Smith, and given the role of transportation in greenhouse gas emissions, I was thinking that it would be great if we could do the decongestion pricing to help fund public transit, and also wondering what role the state will play in Cascadia Rail, the potential for maybe improved rail transit from Eugene to BC.
467.
I'm Carla Zimmerman. The biggest thing is air quality. I live in inner southeast Buckland, and that's one of the areas that's got a lot of diesel particulates. North of the Portland has as well. There's not just 4 regions. And I noticed that people were around in the Brooklyn, and like 1,000 trucks a day are coming into the rail yards and going back and forth. So it's like, oh good, I think people are paying attention. The second thing is, where is the green stuff in our development? In inner southeast, there's been some developments. There are lot line. There is no room for anything except street trees. And that takes away the beauty of living here. Being able to look out and see the trees.
Could I just quickly comment on the diesel particulate one? This is one that I believe is center of target. I think it is a very important one. The city just passed its own ordinance with regard to our fleets, ultimately eliminating diesel particulate with our fleet. We currently are living under a preemption in terms of what we can do with commercial vehicles. And ultimately, that's one where, as Senator Dembro had said during his panel conversation, we're really going to have to come together as a community and come with strength to help move those laws, because that is going to be a very, very sticky bureaucracy if we're talking about lifting statewide preemption. But it's a very, very important one, and I appreciate you raising it.
436.
Oh, thanks very much. Yeah, my name is Gary Gartals. I live right up here on 80th and Northeast Everett. And my background is in environmental health. And so as an industrial hygienist, I've noticed that, yes, there is a lot of particulate, but and a lot of other things in the air that are detrimental to the health and public safety. And one of them that I really haven't ever heard mentioned, but having just moved to Portland a few short years ago, I realized that there is, there's lack of an upper canopy of trees here in Stumptown. And as a result of that, there's also a large amount of noise that is developed at street levels. And I kind of did my graduate level work in noise and how it affects populations. And I think that there's a direct correlation between population health and the noise generated within a city. And so perhaps your industrial hygienist could go out and do some noise sampling at different periods of the day, include a 24-hour day system. There's particularly loud noises over here in northeast Montevilla, where the junction of Highway 84. You know, you can't do anything about the highways, you can't do anything about radial tires, but if we could get some sort of barriers around particular highways, and again, trees is a really sound deadening way of approaching both the environmental issue, creating more oxygen in the city, and also deadening the sound. But sound's a big issue for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
462.
Hi, I'm Brian. I live here, not too far away from here, about a half mile. And for those that are believers in the future of 82nd, I'm going to get some props for 82nd Avenue. Yeah. I'm here to talk about 82nd Avenue. We were here actually in this building just a month ago to this day, and we had a panel of representatives, including from Denver's office. Logan Guile sat on the panel. Lisa Kinnan-Geyer sat on the panel. We had the ODOT Region 1 Manager Ryan Winsheimer and the PBOT Director Chris Warner here. We were talking about 82nd Avenue and jurisdictional transfer of 82nd Avenue. Because 2 months ago, we went down with Alyssa Kinnan-Geyer and she testified on our behalf before the House Transportation Policy Committee about creating a statewide jurisdictional transfer process with some funding. I say some because it's probably not enough. But ultimately creating a fair process for the entire state of Oregon, for all communities in the state of Oregon to have roadways transferred from the state to the city. So we are here asking for your support and partnership in moving that bill forward to get that process fundamentally, hopefully passed into law to help 82nd Avenue become a much better place to be. Because currently it's a state highway, and the state views that all the roads in Oregon as a system, and as part of that system, 82nd Avenue is very low priority. It just doesn't move enough traffic to meet their needs. But in communities like us, when we view our roadways as a system, that road is a high priority because it moves a lot of people. So we're asking for your support to help move 82nd Avenue forward.
Well, I really like that proposed solution of having a standard process, because it's 82nd, it's Powell, it's Boulevard. We just have to figure out a whole bunch of stuff above, and now we get to do it over and over and over again. So thank you for working with all of those partners to set up a process, hopefully. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next number is 453.
Hi, I'm Russell Senior. I'm here representing Municipal Broadband PDX, and I'm actually not here much about the state really at all. I'm here to advocate for the city to pony up some money to match with Multnomah County and some East County cities to execute a feasibility study in the next, before the end of the fiscal year, ideally. So there certainly are opportunities to do things at the state level to help rural communities in particular get access to better internet infrastructure. And another connection is that the more rural areas and small towns are provided with telecommunications infrastructure, that will take housing load off the big cities. And there's there's examples of this through history and so forth.
454.
Being good.
Thank you. Thank you, Commissioner Fritz, Mayor Wheeler. I'm Gary Sargent. I'm president of the 82nd Avenue of Roses Business Association. So naturally, I'm here also advocating for 82nd Street to get the turnover. I have 2 points. The ask from PBOT to the state is a much bigger ask to make that more of an urban standard, where the state are more concerned with just, I think we can get the ball rolling if they can just get the asphalt fixed. Right now it's being used as the bypass for the I-205. My family had our automobile dealership here back in the 70s when there wasn't a 205, and 82nd Street was very busy. 205 came along, traffic disappeared. Now the traffic's back because the 205, it needs another lane built out there. So naturally, I'm very, very enthusiastic to see it turned over to the city, because I think we can deal with nicer sidewalks, et cetera. Because that's where your jurisdiction starts, on that road. As far as the healthy environment, my business is now located on Foster Road at 102nd, and we have across the street from us a $25 million project, Johnson Creek Watershed Project, that is only operating at about 50% of its capacity. Now, that was a project that was put together with state and city and other agencies, and I'd like to see that to where it would create a healthy environment for not only the businesses that are already there, but there's 100 acres of industrial land that can create jobs, but businesses won't come if they're in fear